This is the story of a 180-pound Great Dane who forgot how to live and the pregnant stranger who reminded her what family really means. Marcus and Sarah Patterson had a house that should have felt full. They had space, they had love, and they had Luna, a 180-pound blue Great Dane who had once been the heartbeat of their home. Luna wasn't just a pet. She was the kind of dog that made people stop their cars on the street just to stare. Massive, graceful, with deep amber eyes that seemed to hold entire conversations without a single sound. But 6 weeks ago, something changed. Luna stopped eating. She stopped running to the door when Marcus came home. She stopped doing that thing she always did, nudging Sarah's hand with her enormous head every time Sarah sat on the couch. She just lay there on the living room floor, like a 180-pound monument to a sadness nobody could explain. The vet's answer was not what they expected. Luna wasn't sick, not physically. She was depressed, deeply, profoundly depressed, and the only thing that might bring her back, the vet said quietly, was the presence of another dog, preferably her own kind. So Marcus and Sarah did what people do when they love someone that much. They posted an ad. They visited shelters. They made calls. For 7 days, they searched, while Luna grew quieter, her ribs pressing a little more visibly against her blue-tinted coat each morning. And then, on a Tuesday afternoon, a shelter called. They had a Great Dane, the woman on the phone said, but there was something she needed to tell them first. When the Pattersons walked into the Maplewood Rescue Center, they weren't prepared for what they saw. Standing in the far kennel, head low, eyes exhausted, was Bella, a blue Great Dane, just like Luna. But Bella was thin in the way that tells a story. Ribs visible, paws cracked, a small scar above her left ear from a life that had not been kind. And pressed against her side, refusing to leave even an inch of space, was her young son, a lanky, oversized puppy the shelter had named Bluey. The shelter worker, a quiet woman named Carol, pulled Sarah aside. "She's pregnant. We think 4 to 6 weeks along. We've had her for 3 weeks and nobody has called back. Most people come in, see her size, see the puppy still attached to her, see the belly, and they just leave." Sarah didn't leave. She stood in front of Bella's kennel for a long time. Bella lifted her head slowly and looked at her. Not with hope, exactly. More like someone who had stopped expecting good news, but hadn't quite given up on it either. "We'll take them," Sarah said. "All of them." Marcus looked at her. She looked back at him. "All of them," she said again. "I see you're still watching, but you haven't subscribed yet. Honestly, that breaks my heart a little. Hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you'll want to see what happens next." The first night was chaos in the best possible way. Bella walked through the front door and immediately pressed her nose to every corner of the house, methodical and calm, like she was running a quiet inspection. Bluey knocked over a lamp within 4 minutes. And Luna lifted her head. It was the first time in weeks she had lifted her head for anything. By midnight, all 3 dogs were on the living room floor. Bella had claimed the large orthopedic bed Marcus had bought, Bluey had claimed the couch, and Luna had moved, on her own, for the first time in days, to lie down directly beside Bella, close enough that their breathing fell into the same slow rhythm. Marcus sat on the stairs and watched them for a long time. Some things don't need explanation. Some things just need witnessing. The days that followed were quiet and healing in equal measure. Luna started eating again on the 3rd day. Not much, just half a bowl, but Sarah cried anyway. By the end of the first week, Luna was walking to the door when Marcus came home. By the 2nd week, she was doing that thing with her head again, nudging Sarah's hand, asking for exactly what she needed. Bella, for her part, was steady, calm in a way that felt earned rather than natural. She let Bluey climb on her. She let Luna press against her side at night. She ate everything in her bowl and then looked at the bowl like she was considering her options. The neighborhood noticed.
First, it was just curiosity, people slowing down to watch 3 enormous blue Great Danes move through the yard like something out of a painting. Then it became something else. A woman named Helen from 3 doors down brought a bag of premium food she said she'd been storing for the right dog. A retired firefighter named Gerald built a wooden ramp off the back porch so Bella wouldn't have to navigate the steps. A 12-year-old girl named Mia left a handwritten note in the mailbox that said simply, "Please let me meet the big dogs. I promise I'm nice." The community wasn't just watching anymore, they were invested. And then came the night of February 14th. At 3:12 a.m., Marcus woke to a sound he had never heard from Luna before. Not a bark, something lower, more urgent, more deliberate. He found her standing at the door of the spare bedroom where Bella had been sleeping, pawing gently at the wood, looking back at him over her shoulder. He opened the door. Bella was in labor. What followed was 3 hours of the quietest, most focused love Marcus and Sarah had ever witnessed. Luna never left the doorway. She didn't pace, she didn't whine, she simply stayed, 180 pounds of steadiness, as if she understood that this was her part to play. By 6 a.m., there were 7 puppies, 7 healthy, blue-tinted, impossibly small Great Dane puppies, each one smaller than Bluey's paw, each one already breathing, already searching, already here. The neighbors found out by 9 a.m. By noon, the Pattersons' porch looked like a very gentle, very emotional block party. Gerald brought coffee, Helen brought muffins, Mia sat cross-legged on the lawn and cried in the way only 12-year-olds can cry, completely, without embarrassment. 6 of the 7 puppies found homes on that same street. They didn't have to go far. They were already home. Today, Luna is herself again, fully, completely herself. She runs, she nudges, she steals Marcus's spot on the couch with absolutely no apology. Bella is strong and calm and settled, like a dog who has finally exhaled after holding her breath for a very long time. Bluey has grown approximately 4 inches in 2 months and shows no signs of stopping. And every morning before anyone else is awake, Luna walks quietly to Bella's side and lies down next to her. Some stories don't start with a rescue. Some stories start with a dog lying on a floor, too heavy with sadness to move, and end with an entire neighborhood learning what it looks like when love refuses to give up. If this story touched you, if you've ever loved an animal or been loved by one, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And tell me in the comments, do you think Luna knew the moment Bella walked through that door, or did something bigger bring them together? I'd love to know what you think.